It's about the team and how we're building, because I couldn't do any of this stuff. Even the idea of it required multiple people to contribute. I think the aha moment for me was in 2016, Mayor Duggan had a minority contractors fair, and I saw that all this federal and money was coming into the city, and it didn't appear that there was much intentionality around Black and brown access, and I wanted to make sure that as our city was being rebuilt, we had an opportunity to participate in it. This work happens in the neighborhoods. Oftentimes, large construction projects happen off behind a fence, and I thought it was critically important to see our people doing the work so little kids can come up and say, wow, I can do something different. My name is Brian McKinney. I am CEO and founder of Gayanga Co, focused on giving living wage opportunities to my fellow Detroiters to ensure that not only do they have pathways today and sustainable jobs and have pathways tomorrow. We're Gayanga Co. We are a heavy civil contractor that specializes in demolition, underground utilities, earthwork, and site work. Gayanga Environmental and lead abatement, Gayanga Mobility, which has allowed us to grow to 12 trucks. We're doing road work, we're doing streetscapes, and now we're expanding all over the city. The name pays homage to Gaspar Yanga. Gaspar Yanga was an African enslaved, and he was the first to get his freedom. And so I wanted to build it around our company, around Black and brown access, to have a free company that where you can come and be yourself and participate at the highest levels. It was very important to me. Not only are we able to perform, we're finishing our jobs on time, but we're able to have over 51% Detroiters from the Gayanga side on those jobs and creating more economic opportunity for people in non-traditional pathways that we normally don't see ourselves in. I think it's important that people get opportunities to give second chances. Once you paid your debt to society, you shouldn't be prohibited from getting back and being an active member. We want to make sure people can have jobs, take care of their families, be an active member, and feel good about themselves, which generally prevents them doing stuff that they won't feel good about.
When you drive down the street or drive through areas that you have made an impact in, you feel what?
I feel humble. Obviously, it takes the municipality, the city to put the plans and funds together. It takes the community to participate. It takes a lot of moving parts, but to just say I'm a small piece, oftentimes they're surprised a Black guy owns the company.
How young are you?
I'm 39. While I'm young, I think there's a lot of room to grow, and it's more opportunity for those than just myself.
Seeing is believing. Right before your very eyes, it's very possible. It is possible for a man of color to make his way in this world, and here I am today. My name is Keith Barlow, and I'm supervisor for Gayanga Co Abatement Company. And see something start from the bottom and for it to rise as far as it did, and to have the opportunity that he's giving me. All my guys that work for me, they all come from right here inside the city. We make a very livable wage, and then not to mention that the benefits that come along with it, with being in the union, dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, getting to see different parts of the city, interacting with different people in different walks of life, just helped me gain new leader skills.
It's an example of getting in here, doing the work, being intentional, getting the right people on the bus, getting the wrong people off, and driving the bus.
It feels like I'm doing it too, because not only is Brian a friend, but he's like a brother to me. He was in my wedding, so any accomplishment that he makes, I feel like I'm making it too. My name is Brian Jenkins, and I am a driver for Gayanga. It's good to see us being able to see us change things from a bad situation to a good situation, because it's not always portrayed. The pride comes with us being a small Black business and working in Detroit. It just makes you feel like you're helping the community, and we're doing a lot of great things to help people feel safer in their neighborhood. Once we tear down a house, you're tearing down so much more than just a house. You're tearing down fear, you're building up opportunity, you're just making these neighborhoods feel so much better that they don't have to look at these things. With everything that we take away from these neighborhoods, I feel like we bring so much more. People on the block can buy those lots, and then we see that they beautify those blocks and make so many things from us.
They thank us, but they praise and hallelujah, thank God this house going down, because we've been trying to get it down for years. So that's another good thing to see, that people are actually happy.
I want to thank Detroit and everybody who gave this company a chance. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, because a lot of times we are looked at as if we just can't do the job. And we are showing that with so much pride that we can build up our city too, we can be a part of it, and we can all join in to make this city wonderful and beautiful.
What would you say to him?
I admire your strength. I admire the way that it's not just about this company, but Brian has a way of wanting to build the families that join into this company. So it's so much bigger than just tearing down houses. It's so much more about building up other things. I just want to say, brother, it's not just about the houses, but he built this from the heart, and you can feel it from working with this company and that's why I love it.
There are people who say, I want to do something. It may not be as grand as what you're doing, but they want to be a part of this. How do they do that, and what do you want to say to empower them to not give up?
I want to say to those who want to get involved, no matter what it is, know your industry. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be upfront and honest about your limitations. It's about singles and doubles. We're not always trying to hit home runs, just getting on base, being consistent, and before you know it, you'll be able to grow.
Has Detroit helped you get on base?
Absolutely, without question. Gayanga Co would not be as large as we are doing the diversity at work if we didn't have the opportunity to work in the city of Detroit. 5 years from now, we're going to be working nationally, impacting other Black and brown communities and creating living wage opportunities.
Why are you convinced you're going to get there?
We've proven a model. We know that we can take everyday people, get them the proper skills, the social impact of making them see why this is valuable for them. We're going to make sure we do that no matter where we are. I mean, that's just really the core of what we're about.
I know you're humble, and I know that you don't want this to be about you, but you are the owner of the company. Are you proud of what you've been able to do?
I'm proud of the people I get to work with and the impact that we've made together. None of this wouldn't happen if people wouldn't have believed in the vision of people from the city of Detroit that are residents say, hey, I'm gonna go with this guy with this crazy idea and figure out how we can make impact.
Just keep the ball rolling, you can definitely get in the game.
Because a lot of times, the small folk get lost in it, but Brian is so connected that we feel his presence and we know that he cares.
To those people that have been part of that process, what do you say to them?
We're just warming up. That's the thing about being a Detroiter. We make it happen no matter what. Detroiters take part.